Today we've got the first look at the new Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7 along with the spec confirmations, so hit subscribe now and we'll get right into it. So we've got plenty of details leaked, including the design thanks to OnLeaks and Android Authority, and the overall dimensions come in a bit larger than last year at 166.6 by 75.2 by 6.9mm, which also means that we get larger displays, and the cover display comes in at 3.6 inches, while the internal folding display is 6.8 inches, so it's not quite as large as the leaks first advised, but it's still an improvement. Now we also get improvements to the ultra-thin glass though, and there's now much less visible creasing in the center of the display, and most leakers are agreeing that there is still a crease there, but you can only see it slightly in a certain light. Also, if you want to improve your own videos at home, then check out today's video sponsor Wondershare's Filmora, an easy-to-use drag-and-drop video editor with plenty of features and AI goodies that can even make content for you. Now even if you've got no experience, you can quickly drag and drop your videos into the timeline, and then you can quickly apply plenty of effects and transitions, and I find Filmora really useful for making the phone shorts that you guys see on my channel. Now you can also add in plenty of music and sound effects and even use AI to generate them, or have text-to-speech and read out a script for you. Now it's packed full of generative AI to make your life easier. One of my favorite things is the image to video. So if you insert a picture that I use for a thumbnail and ask AI to make the phone move around in my hand, press generate, and as you can see, it quickly generates the video I asked for, which is incredible. Now for those of you that want to try out Filmora and start creating some epic content today, I've placed a link down in the description below so you can go ahead and check it out now. Now back to the Z Flip 7, and we've got confirmation that it will still be a dual camera setup, and it's going to be a 50 megapixel primary camera and then a 12 megapixel ultra wide. But apparently there will still be some sensor upgrades despite them being the same megapixel as last year, and we also get the 10 megapixel punch hole camera for selfies. But of course, thanks to the cover display, you can use that as a viewfinder to take selfies with the rear camera. Now there were a few rumors of the Z Flip 7 being powered by the Exynos 2500, but thanks to issues with the yields in production, that's no longer going to be the case, and the Z Flip 7 is going to be powered by the Snapdragon 8 Elite, and it's coming with 12GB of RAM and a choice of 256 or 512 storage. Next up, we've got plenty of high-resolution images and a full 360 render video courtesy of OnLeaks and Android headlines, which I'm also using to update my own renders. And as you can see, it looks very similar to last year's Flip with some slight dimension changes, and I'd say they're for the better. Now it also confirms that the previous rumors of a color-coded top panel were actually false, and again it's going to be black. And as you can see, apart from the increase to the external display, it does pretty much look identical to the Z Flip 6, and the Z Flip 7 just seems to be more of a refresh and a spec bump to the series rather than offering something completely new. Now with the reduced creasing in the center of the display though, this should be a big improvement, and definitely a good choice for someone that's looking for a flip phone. Now this close to launch, OnLeaks always tends to be very accurate, so we'll be pretty certain that this is what the Z Flip 7 is going to look like. Now for those of you excited for the Z Flip 7 though, we're now going to run through the full specs, design, and the expected pricing to help you guys decide which one is right for you. So make sure you hit subscribe now and we'll get right into it. So with the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7, we get a 6.8-inch foldable 120Hz dynamic AMOLED display. It's going to be brighter and more accurate than the predecessor display, and it's also protected by Samsung's latest ultra-thin glass with no creasing in the center of the display. We get the usual HD resolutions along with some trimmed down bezels and a full screen display. For the external display, we get an upgrade to a 3.8-inch 120Hz dynamic AMOLED display. Again, we're going to get improvements to the brightness as well as the color accuracy. When it comes to the cameras, we get a punch hole camera in the top center of the internal folding display. It's going to be a 10 megapixel camera and most likely the same camera as last year. On the rear, it's another dual camera setup consisting of a 50 megapixel primary camera and then a 12 megapixel ultra wide, but they're reportedly going to be using better sensors than last year. Now it's going to be powered by the Exynos 2500 coupled with 12GB of RAM and up to 512GB storage. And it's also coming with a 4000 mAh battery with upgrades to fast charging for both wired and wireless, and we're getting 5G, Bluetooth 5.4, Wi-Fi 7 and NFC support. Now the phone is going to ship with One UI 7 based on Android 15, and it's shipping in July 2025, and it's expected to start from around $1,099 or £1,049 for the UK. So overall, the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 7 is looking like a great option for those that want a compact phone that still has a usable external display. The increase to the cover display means it's a little bit more usable, so you don't have to unfold it all of the time, and then the improvements to the durability of the folding display are always welcome. Now, it's disappointing to see that it could be powered by the Exynos 2500, but hopefully the information is correct and that's not the case, and it's going to be using the Snapdragon 8 Elite. But I guess the phone isn't really aimed at the gamers and the productivity users, so it shouldn't be too problematic even if it happens. Now, given that it still looks very similar to the 6, I can't imagine anyone with the Flip 6 is going to be rushing for an upgrade, but for anyone with an older Flip or looking to try out their first Flip phone, then it's still going to be a great choice. Now, of course, as soon as anything else comes in, I'm going to be sharing it straight away, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a thing in the future.